there everyone, it's Usernamekate and welcome back to my channel. Another rainy day as you can see, but I'm on Black Betty, Dad's R1300GS. So I'm gonna ride the bike to Halliwell Jones Motorrad in Chester for their open day and just let you guys know what I think about this bike as we ride along together. Stay tuned if that's what you're into.
Whoa, Black Betty, bam-ba-lam. Whoa, Black Betty, bam-ba-lam. Black Betty had a child, bam-ba-lam. The damn thing gone wild, bam-ba-lam. Lovingly coined Black Betty by Dad because, oh, she's stealthy. She's stealthy, alright. Oh, look at that, nice new feature. We've got the rider assist on this bike, which gives you the blind spot detection. So scooch over here, do a little scoot scoot toot toot beep beep coming through, bitches. Oh, it's so good to be on this bike. It literally rides like a dream. Now, I won't lie, when Dad collected this bike, when we got home, because obviously I did a collection day video when Dad picked it up. And actually, for those of you who don't know what this bike looks like, because I've just jumped on it, let's have a look. I'll pop some slow-mo of it on the screen so you can see, or some B-roll, not necessarily slow-mo, you know what I'm saying. Have we got room to get through? Room for a little one? Yeah, of course we do, of course we do. So yeah, after we picked this up, we went back to Dad's house and he threw me the keys and said, just take it round the block if you want. I said, okay, sounds good. So I jumped on it, took it round the block, and honestly I did think, oh god, he's got himself a noisy one. Because it was making that kind of same noise that I heard when I test rode it, that made me think, oh god, I don't know if I could live with the new GS because of the sound. Anyway, I've jumped on it now and it's had its first service. It's on 708 miles and that initial annoying sound that I heard, it's gone now. I really do wish it weren't raining. It's always freaking raining. I love the fact that I can come to a stop and I've got a flat foot down on the right hand side with the bike slightly cocked over. Even though my dad doesn't suffer in the height department, he's not inseam deficient like I am, he still went for the adaptive vehicle ride height because like now we're on the move and the bike's raised itself to its natural height of 850 mil. I can literally like put my feet down and dangle my legs because it's gone to its normal height. But when we come to a stop, this might be a risk that might not pay off, possibly won't pay off, but we've got to give it a try, right? We're on a bike. I physically can't bring myself to sitting in this because I'm on a bike. It's not looking promising for being able to squeeze it in. But we'll keep it rolling, we'll keep trying because we're on a bike. I can see a bike right at the top, but I can also see that I can just tuck in here, be patient, be happy. Job's a good one. Give the guy behind the thumbs up. Cool, so yeah, like it's deceptively low now, and this isn't even with the low seat on. If it had a low seat on it, then I'd probably have bent legs, if I'm being honest. But yeah, very nice of Dad to trust me with his bike today. Like, very nice, because it is his pride and joy. As I was leaving, he said to me, "It's the best bike I've ever owned, that, Kate." And that makes me so happy to hear that the guys at HJ sorted him out and got him on a bike that he just described as the best bike he's ever owned.
Change gear then, did it? No. So shall we set the cruise control? We've got the radar cruise on. Right, whilst we're waiting for the bike to get closer to this car and see that, oh, well, the cruise control is working because it's put me down to 50 when it's set at 55. And it's keeping me that distance away from the car in front, which is quite a distance, to be fair. Yeah, look, drop down to 49. So then I guess if we indicate, when you press the indication, it starts to speed up. And then it'll get back to 55. And then we can switch it off because it's go time. Oh guys, the new R1300GS Adventure has been released just, well, the time that I filmed this anyway. It was literally released like yesterday. It's now on the website. Lamb Chop Rides is in Garmisch-Partenkirchen, which I got an invite to, but I couldn't make it, so absolutely mortally wounded about that. But I was out in the Lake District with my friends and having a great time, so yeah, I can't complain in the slightest. But yeah, oh, now the R1300GS, divided opinions, I would say, with a more heavy leaning towards not liking it. I know a lot of people were like, oh, it's growing on me, and like this bike, I look at this bike with the black panels in triple black and I think it looks gorgeous. I think it looks really, really nice and not ugly in the slightest. But BMW UK and, well, just BMW in general have posted pictures of the new R1300GS Adventure along with video footage. If you guys have been living under a rock and you haven't seen them, I'll flag up a picture now on the screen, or maybe even some video if I can get my hands on it. But yeah, what do you guys think? Oh, I mean, just from looking at the comments on social media, it's not looking like it's been received well, let's just say. Lots of comparisons to Lego, lots of comparisons to the Harley-Davidson Pan America, which I did not see that direction from BMW, because like with the R1300GS, people have like almost complained a bit that it's gone too Japanese-esque with its curves and it's lost its utilitarian look. But then when you look at the 1300GS Adventure, they've almost gone completely in the opposite direction, opposite side of the scale. My little triangle's lighting up to let me know that there is a car in the blind spot. I see it, I see it. Oh, this weather again, gash, absolute gash. Horrific. What the heck? Yeah, it really does seem like BMW have listened to the feedback and gone, oh my good lord, they want utilitarian, we'll give it to them. And I know that's not the case, because these bikes are designed way like prior to when everybody's feedback comes out about how they look, like certainly the R1300GS. I do wonder how many people will make it to the Halliwell Jones Open Day. Wow, that's strange. That I'm heading to now, because it's chucking it down. And it's such a shame. It's such a shame. Oh, this weather. Why? 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 Yeah, I am slightly wondering how many people are going to turn up today. Even if people turn up in the car, it'll be nice to see some faces. I'm absolutely going to rinse Halliwell Jones of the hot chocolate machine today. Warm me cockles. So moving back onto the R1300GS. It is lovely. It is smooth. It's refined. It's somehow sporty feeling, but still retains that GS-ness, in my opinion. Yeah, the tank looks slimmer. You can still see those big pots sticking out. And I hear the question, like, would you change your R1200 for this GS? And I mean, having something like this with adaptive ride height would make my life easier, to be honest. But I'm just not in a financial position to change. And also, even if I was, I don't know, I just really like my 1200. Even for all its flaws, not necessarily flaws, but ways in which it differs from the 1250s and the 1300s. In the sense that it feels more rickety, it doesn't feel as smooth, it's less powerful. You know, the suspension adjustments aren't as refined and up to date as on the 1250 and the 1300 as expected, but it's just got a charm about it. Yeah, I'd absolutely love to be able to put the dash on Beatrix. Like, I would love this dash, but it is what it is. I'm not dissatisfied with Beatrix, but it is also nice and a bit of a treat when, like, Dad throws me the keys to this, or when I do get to ride, you know, the modern stuff. It's really nice. Aww, this weather, stop! So I'm not adverse to riding in the rain, guys. It doesn't really bother me. But one, it looks gloomy for you guys who are watching, for the viewers. It's gloomy, it's miserable, and it's not really a great advertisement for, yeah guys, let's get people into biking, because this is blissful. You know what I mean? It's not great. And also, it's just nice to be riding along knowing that your grip is optimum, living your best life, mega happy. Whereas when it's wet, you're like, okay, well, we've definitely, you know, got chance of slippage, there's chance of oil on the road or diesel on the road mixing with the rain and making it even more slippy. And it's just not great. It's just not great. And then also, I've got to worry about my equipment. Like, to be honest, I really should have figured out a way to use an external mic by now, but here we are. And I just worry about my little GoPros going kaput and getting foobarred. Yeah, off the topic of me moaning, which, give me a pass guys, look at it. And back onto the topic of my dad's bike. Aww. Yeah, I love it, I love it, I love it, I love it. I was dubious on my first test ride. I was dubious, but I was trying to come across as, you know, I I read comments and I've had people say like, I trust Kate's opinion, and when I read comments like that, that literally blows me away. Like, gosh, people actually do value my opinion. So I don't want to be all clickbaity and, oh, this bike is not great, when I haven't really decided what I actually think about it yet, because I need a bit longer. So I'll just try and kind of remain factual whilst sharing my opinions, but actually getting on Dad's bike and it's running, it's had its service, yeah, I really like it. I don't know if I've mentioned. Oh, I've got the luxury of heated grips and I've not been using them. What a silly sausage. Oh, that heated seat. Oh, it's got to work fast. That's blissful. That is great. Ah, yes. I got toasty cheeks. As if I got all this way forgetting about heated grips and heated seat. Heated grips are included on the T-Spec bike. Heated seat is not. That is an optional extra, if I do recall correctly from my BMW Selling Days. I was reminiscing, you know, about selling BMWs, and on one hand I really enjoyed like the camaraderie, is that the right word, with like your colleagues and like the team working and finding solutions to problems, and then feeling really satisfied when you found the solution and executing it great. And I got a lot of satisfaction out of selling motorcycles, but then I remember the bits that, like, I commend any motorcycle salesperson who's still doing it, because the amount of work, the amount of curveballs you get thrown on the daily, like to the customer. From a customer perspective, you're like, I am a customer, I am always right, I want this added to my order, blah blah blah, and that's fine because you're a customer, you can pick what you want. But when you have a salesperson spinning loads and loads of plates, and then they've just got the ducks in a row, and then the order changes, and then they've got to allocate 30 minutes out of a day that they don't have to change it. And I know it's all part of the job, so you can't moan, but I don't miss having to spin all those plates, because sometimes I could barely keep them from smashing on the ground, because we're talking hundreds of plates. Absolutely crazy. I think in my peak month I'd sold 33 bikes once, and I wanted to have a nervous breakdown at the end of it, and during it, and at the start of it. So, and I also don't miss me jolting up in the middle of the night thinking, oh, I never ordered Mrs. Smith's bike, oh no, that's going to delay the delivery. And then I'll like think, right, Kate, be logical here, right, Mrs. Smith. And then I was like, I haven't sold any bikes to any ladies this month, so Mrs. Smith doesn't exist. And my head would literally generate scenarios that would keep me up at night, like an anxiety thing, a worry thing. Have I done this? Tank reserve reach, no dramas. Pop some juice in for Dad. So yeah, I don't miss that aspect of motorcycle sales at all. If push comes to shove, obviously, and you know the YouTube world doesn't work out for me, I'll jump into a job, and I'd hope that somebody would have me, maybe selling bikes again, and I'd do it to the best of my ability. But hopefully it won't come to that, because I'm really enjoying being my own boss, even if it is kind of hard and awkward to direct myself at times. Let's go.
Exit the roundabout onto A5480. Continue A5480 for half a mile.
Oh, I like that colour BMW in front. It's giving big villain vibes. Big villain vibes! So, before I pull up at Halliwell Jones and end this vlog, what do you guys think of the R1300GS adventure? Be honest, don't hold back. Do you love its extreme utilitarian looks?
Or do you think it looks like a Meccano set? Meccano? A Lego set, a Technic set, you know what I'm saying? Does it look like a toy?
Up the top and then turn right.
Thank you. What's this weather? I didn't order this.